Jane reveals to her husband John that her agency gave her 48 hours to take him out, or they would kill her. John says that he is also being tasked by his agency to kill Jane within 48 hours. They start to fight, holding guns to each other, but neither has the courage to pull the trigger first. The movie starts with John and Jane Smith talking to a counselor about their marriage. The counselor asks them where they first met. The movie then goes back in time to where John is in a bar in Colombia. The police arrive as if to check something. John notices they are only looking for tourists who travel alone, so he tries to find a girl. Just then, Jane also enters the bar and is also looking for a guy. They see each other and act like they are together. John and Jane start to fall in love. After a few months, they decide to get married. At first, they are happy, but as time passes, they get busier with their personal lives. John tells Jane that he works at a construction company, whereas Jane says she's a software engineer. They're both busy and don't spend much time together. One night, Jane gets a call and gets ready to leave. John asks where she's going. She says there's a problem at the office and she needs to go. Jane is alone in a room with a man at night. They start getting intimate, but then Jane kills him. We find out Jane works for a company that kills people. Meanwhile, John is gambling with people. He ends up killing everyone there. We learn that John is also a trained assassin. As it is, both John and Jane are hiding their real identities from each other. One night, John is sleeping. He gets a call with information about his next target. John goes to another city, but first he drops by his office. There, he finds a prisoner from the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, named Benjamin. They are transferring Benjamin to another place because he's very dangerous, and they want John to take care of the situation. Jane gets information about her next target, which also turns out to be Benjamin. She goes there and decides to trick the DIA. When the cars arrive, Jane shoots at them without knowing that John is there. John is wearing a bulletproof jacket and shoots back at the cabin where Jane is standing. During the chaos, the DIA finds a way to escape. Jane and John are upset because their mission failed. Jane returns to her office where her boss scolds her. Meanwhile, John finds a laptop and gives it to his company for repair. When the laptop is fixed, John discovers an address. He goes there and finds Jane's office. He starts to think she might be up to something suspicious. Jane comes across a reel of John and starts to doubt him too. Jane and John return home. Jane makes a drink, but John thinks she added poison because he doesn't trust her anymore. Jane escapes in the car and John tries to catch her. He accidentally shoots at her. Jane becomes angry and sad, wondering how her husband could shoot her. John explains he just wanted to talk. Jane jumps out of the car and John has an accident. Jane goes back home with her workers. They take all of John's guns and weapons. John has access to all of Jane's data. Jane deletes everything and starts to leave the office. Meanwhile, John tries to stop her, but she doesn't listen and runs away. John explores her office and finds a new address. As John enters a lift, Jane tries to stop him, but her workers blast the lift. Jane is very upset because she still loves John. She goes to the same bar where she first met John. There, she finds out that John is still alive. They start to dance, but soon she leaves the place. John decides to follow her. Jane enters the house where they once lived together. She tells John that her agency gave her a target to kill him within 48 hours, or they would kill her. John says his agency told him the same. They start to fight, holding guns to each other, but neither has the courage to shoot first. Love shines in their eyes and they start to kiss and get intimate. Both agencies hire professional target killers to eliminate John and Jane because they could leak each other's secrets and information. They attack John and Jane, leading to a huge fight. Somehow they manage to escape. They seek refuge with John's friend Eddie, who warns them that the agencies are trying to find and kill them. He suggests they catch Benjamin and give him to their agency to earn their trust. They go to the DIA jail and take Benjamin with them. Benjamin reveals that he's just a trap set by their agencies to catch John and Jane. John finds a tracker in Benjamin's body and realizes that the agencies are hunting them down. They gather any available weapons, and a big gunfight starts. Being the trained professional hitmen they are, they kill all the agency workers. The scene switches to Mr. and Mrs. Smith back in the marriage counselor's office, where they are happy together.